Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome to another soul-led conversation with me. My name is Annika, and I decided to just share little bits and pieces of what I have learned on my journey with you here. For today, the topic of this live stream, I'm hoping some of you will hop on live. The topic of this live stream is what other people think of you is none of your business. And I repeat this because the moment I didn't just get it here, but I got it here in my heart and in my full body, changed a lot of things in my life. So I say it again. What other people think of you is none of your business. So I want to talk about this a little bit more. Like, it's oftentimes we hold ourselves back from the things we really want to be, do, or have, just because we think, oh, I can't do this because this and this person will think badly of me, or this and this person will think I'm insane, or this and this person won't like me any longer. Here's the thing. If they can't think good things about the things you do, they don't understand your reality and the things that are important to you. So is it really important what they think about you? It's, what really is important is what you think about yourself. Because when you think about what other people are thinking about you, is actually what, on maybe a subconscious level, what you're thinking about yourself. So examine those things, really go into the deeper layers and look at, like, why am I so afraid of this thought of other people thinking this about me? On some level, I must think that about myself, and then go in and dissolve it. Really examine it for, is it true? Is there any truth to it? Is there anything that I can do to turn it around? And then it's really important that you trust that what you do and what you want to be and what you want to have is exactly it comes from your soul. It comes from your soul. And so whatever other people think about that is none of your business. It's like they will see the things you do, be, or have anyway through their own filter. Like, they will see the things you do through their own experiences, through their own lens, if you want to say like that. Like, they have their own glasses on and they look at your relationships, they look at the things you have and the way you're being through their own filters and through their own experiences and through their own emotions in that moment as well. So whatever they think of you doesn't matter as much as it matters what you think of yourself. And if you are in integrity with your own standards and with your own things that you desire, then nothing else matters, to be honest. Why am I coming to you with this today? Well, I had a rather interesting experience yesterday with my father-in-law. My father-in-law and his wife live in a very different relationship and in a very different reality than me and Dennis. And so, hi Ika, oh, it's lovely to see you live. And my father-in-law yesterday really wanted to tell me what they're thinking about the way I treat Dennis and through their lens, through their in their opinion, through their filters. And he even took the time to tell me what I should and shouldn't tell Dennis and do with him. And I came downstairs, and to be honest, I was really pissed. I was like, look, this is what happened. This is the conversation I just had with your dad. And I'm really not up for this kind of conversation. I'm like, I deeply believe in taking 100% responsibility for myself. And I deeply believe that Dennis needs to do the same for himself. I'm not taking responsibility for his actions and the things he does and the things he wants and the things the way he is being. And so he doesn't have to take responsibility for the way I'm being, I'm talking, I'm acting. Hi, Kiara. Oh, it's lovely to see you. I'm just talking about the fact that what other people think of you is none of your business. And I'm just talking about like how this came up and why I'm feeling the need to share this with you today. Because I had a conversation with my father-in-law yesterday, and like I said, we live in very different realities, and it was so bizarre to me that he would feel the need to tell me what, first of all, he thinks of me. Because I'm like, and also what he thinks, he and his wife, because they always think the same apparently, what both of them think of my relationship with his son, my husband, Dennis. Dennis and me, when we first met, we were both recovering addicts from different kinds of path, very similar path though. And so, good morning, Nicola. And so when we met, we slid right into a very codependent relationship. Now, in April, we will be married 10 years. So for the last 11 years, we have been working on this relationship to not have these unhealthy codependent patterns in it, but actually have a healthy relationship. And for the last couple of weeks, for the last couple of months, because we started at the beginning of this year really to examine our relationship on a deeper level of any subconscious codependent patterns that have been happening. And so since the start of this year, I have been dropping any responsibilities that were actually Dennis' responsibilities, and I have started taking back my responsibility. So on a very subconscious level, he felt responsible for my food and that I had enough rest. And on a subconscious level, I felt responsible for managing his time, which is bizarre to me now that I have done the shift. And so for my father-in-law, who is still acting out his own codependency patterns, this is really hard to see, and it is sometimes very rough when I tell Dennis that this is not my responsibility. And so yesterday I had this very bizarre conversation with him where he said, well, we think you're treating Dennis absolutely wrong, and he does all these things, and he gave out to me, and I'm like, I'm not available for this. I'm not available for this. What you think of me is just, it's like Dennis and me are very, very happy at what the turn our relationship has taken. And we're working hard to remove these patterns and actually take responsibility just for ourselves and our children. And when I came downstairs and I told Dennis about the conversation, I was quite pissed and I needed this reminder myself. And so I wanted to bring this reminder to you today. Like, what other people think of you is none of your business, because you can't change it anyway. The only thing that matters is what you think about yourself. And I'm really proud of the way Dennis and me relate to each other, and how we act and react to each other, and how we handle things, how we take on responsibility for, like, I take responsibility for myself 100%, and he takes responsibility for himself 100%. And when we then come together, it's a healthy relationship. We don't unload like the crap from ourselves onto the other person, and we relate to our children in a very different way. Like, when I take responsibility 100% for myself on all levels, I can take responsibility for them too, until they're ready to take on their own responsibility. And so he felt the need to tell me what was wrong in my relationship, and then that I need to take responsibility for Dennis, and that I need to manage Dennis in any kind of way. And I'm like, no. I sat there and I was like, first of all, I'm not having this conversation with you because you're not one of my trusted people circle. This is not happening. We're like, this conversation is over. And second, I'm not taking responsibility. And then Dennis' dad went into why he sees it that way, that he sees himself in Dennis, and how he and that got me thinking about, like, I have so much compassion. I have so much compassion for this lovely human being who lets us stay in his house. At the same time, it's none of my business what he thinks of me or my relationship to his son. As long as I'm happy with it and Dennis is happy with it. That was my real life example about this beautiful mantra, and I hope you can take it into your day and you can take it with you, and really remind yourself the next time you're pissed or you think like, oh my god, they think such horrible things of me. Like, the words Dennis' dad used yesterday, they didn't pass the 3 doors. They rather were they true, at least not for me. For him, they might be true. They weren't necessary because they didn't change anything. They didn't change anything other than I retreated and was like, I'm not talking to him again. And they weren't kind. They were there. The intention behind them was to hurt me, to let me know that they think that I'm a horrible person for, like, talking to Dennis the way I do, and for the relationship we have. And so I had to remind myself yesterday and calm myself down and go like, you know what, I have compassion for him. At the same time, I have my boundaries. I don't need that kind of conversation in my life. And his reality is absolutely not the reality I'm living in and I want to live in. His life is nothing like the life I imagine for myself and I'm building for myself. So there is no need to take on his opinion, and there is no need to listen to the things he thinks or says about me. And so I return to my mantra, what other people think of me is none of my business. And I was able to continue my day and do the things that were important to me and be the way that is important to me. And I actually got even to plan out some things that I really wanted to have that day. We had a beautiful evening. So I hope this whole conversation about this topic, about what other people think of you is none of your business, about that in every relationship you have 100% responsibility for all aspects of your own being and your own life, and the other person has 100% responsibility too, and that is important too. And also that in every conversation, really look out for, is it true, is it necessary, and is it kind? And with kind, I don't mean necessarily that you use kind words. Sometimes we're in pain, we're frustrated, we can't use the kindest words, but is it kind in the big picture? Like, sometimes I'm really rough and I'm really honest with Dennis and I say like, look, no, this is not happening, or no, I'm not doing this. I'm drawing my boundaries. I'm drawing them very clearly, and that might look quite harsh from the outside, but then it's all about the big picture. It's about like setting new standards in our relationship and being really clear about going forward. Yes, I might have accepted that going like in the past, but going forward from here on, I won't accept this like behavior or these things in my reality, in my being, in my life any longer. And so that might be quite harsh, but it has a kind intention behind it. It's about making clear and in a way that the other person can get it, that they understand. So you can have an honest and open and authentic relationship going forward. Okay. I think this was quite packed with information. If you have any questions about this, please pop it into the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you hopped on live or caught the replay, just leave a little comment and let me know that you have seen this. If you agree with this, or if you have other thoughts about this, if you have any questions for future soul-like conversations so I can tune in and answer these, I'm happy to do so. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow again. I'm coming to you live today a little bit earlier because we are heading to the big pool today. It was a wish of Aiden. He wanted to go swimming, and here in Germany there are many public swimming pools, so we're going to a big pool with a big water slide and everything today, and I'm really excited for it. But that's the reason I'm here earlier with you today. Now, I'm wrapping up. I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Fuck what other people think of you. Really, honestly, it's none of your business. The people who like you and who get you and who live in the same reality you do and who understand how you relate to the world will get you anyway. And they will maybe not only think good thoughts of you, but that's okay too. It's their thing to deal with. It's not yours. I see more people are hopping on live. Go back, watch the replay. Really fully packed live today. I love these conversations. I can't wait to have more of them with you. We're gonna have another one tomorrow. And I'm sending you love. So much love and light. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next solar conversation. Bye, Kiara. Bye, Iga. Who else is here? Nicola is here, I think? Yes. Okay. And bye, everyone who was watching the replay. Take care. Mwah.